Hello everyone, good morning, happy Friday. My name is Elena Riley. I work here on our digital team bringing you news on our website throughout the day. And this morning I'm here on streaming to tell you about our top headlines that we're having. Alrighty, so we'll head over to our website. Of course, we want to talk about our top stories, important things happening, keep you in the know, kind of in a quick way in the mornings, get you ready for your day. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's go over some of these stories. So our top story for the day is that a district court dismissed the lawsuit that was challenging Nebraska medical cannabis laws. This happened yesterday. It was a lawsuit that was filed in an effort to block these two initiatives that legalized medical marijuana in Nebraska. Of course, this was voted for back in November, but it was thrown out in district court yesterday. So this lawsuit, it was filed back in December of last year. It claimed the measures violated the state and federal law. And also, some also argued that that the measures were unconstitutional. So a judge in Lancaster County found that they did not have standing to sue about this, of course, resulting in the case being thrown out yesterday. That was our really big story yesterday, if you missed that. So catching you up on that. Of course, as I mentioned, Nebraskans overwhelmingly voted in support for this, about 70%, so 7 out of every 10 is a very interesting statistic there, just in support of legalizing and regulating medical marijuana in our state. Our next headline, kind of related to this, is the Nebraska Cannabis Commission set some emergency rules during their meeting yesterday. This was their second ever meeting. So Thursday's ruling is in relation to this. It comes on the same day that the Nebraska Medical Cannabis Commission, that's the full name, they adopted some emergency regulations. So this commission, it's newly formed. They're responsible for just setting the rules for growing and selling medical marijuana in our state. There's two ladies that were appointed by Governor Pillen to be on the panel, as well as 3 members of the State Liquor Control Commission. And they do have a deadline next week. It's July 1st, so that's a really big deadline for them. They're kind of racing to beat that, making up these regulations. These are over like licensing, that July 1st deadline is. And then there's another deadline, it's October 1st. That's over granting some applications. So yesterday the commission voted 4-0 to adopt these regulations. So they want your input, the public. You guys have until July 15th to comment and just help the commission draft a set of official regulations. So they definitely want to hear your voice. If you want to give input, you can email them. I have it linked here in the story if you want to head over there. Give your input, comment, whatever you have for them. And there is a process after this, so Governor Jim Pillen, he has to sign off on these regulations. They're going to be put in effect immediately for 90 days. And then these rules, once they're in effect, they have to be published on the Commission's website, which is not actually, it does not exist yet, but I bet they're working on that to get that online so we can all check it out, right? Our next top headline for the day is that authorities arrested the Fremont County Fair Board's president. This is over theft and fraud. This happened yesterday. They sent us a release. Troy Allen Atkinson, 42 of Tabor, Iowa. So he was arrested for ongoing criminal conduct, first-degree theft, first-degree fraudulent practices, unauthorized use of a credit card under $1,500, and a false report to a public entity. So this report, according to that, he's accused of providing false documentation of purchases over $15,000 to the Fair Board. This is starting last fall in 2024. He's accused of providing a false report to authorities in June to hide this alleged theft. In the report, it kind of claimed that the items that were bought with this were stolen. So that's kind of what was on that report. Hoping to hear more about that. But right now, he is in Fremont County Jail. He's being held on a $48,000 bond. That is what they tell us about him. Next, we have a new move-out deadline. It was extended for Omaha's City View apartments. So, of course, if you've been following us, you know about these apartments. They've caused a lot of troubles, according to residents that live there. But residents, thankfully, they have another month to move out. Their original move-out date was June 30th, but now, of course, it's July 30th. So they were put on a notice to move out. Of course, this extension was granted. That's very good news. Give people some more time, grant them some grace. It's a good thing for these tenants. City officials put the owners on notice back in January for several code violations. In April, the building was put into a receivership. And then overall, just in the past, residents have complained about broken elevators, bug infestations, and just overall, just a lot of maintenance issues going on there. That is what they tell us. We talked to someone with the North Omaha Community Partnership. They say that about 30 of the 127 residents that were put on notice found another place to live, but there still are a good amount that are still trying to find a place to live. They're still searching, having some issues here. They mentioned how there was issues, kind of prior eviction issues they were having, or just no background check from City View that's affecting them trying to get a place now. So sad news there. Thankfully, there are a lot of nonprofits and organizations here in Omaha that are helping them, so that is great news. I also have a link here. Anyone that wants to volunteer to help City View, you can fill out a form on the NOCP's website. Have it here. It's at the bottom of their page. So they are wanting help still if you want to help out with that. Next, the Douglas County Health Department is providing free HIV and syphilis testing today on Friday. So it is National HIV Testing Day. Great offering from them. It is same-day testing is what we're told. It's going to happen from 10 a.m. here in a little less than an hour until 6 p.m. This is going to be at the Walgreens in Benson. So that's about along 60th Street there. Great offering from them. They also say that no insurance or appointment is needed. So you can just walk up if you're interested in that. Go for that. My last headline for the day, oh my gosh, we have been so excited for this, the Memorial Park concert with headliner Ringo Starr of the Beatles. Amazing. So that's happening tonight. The park opened actually at 5 a.m. for people that wanted to put their blankets down. So people have definitely already been out there putting their blankets down, getting ready for the big event tonight. This is an annual event. It's free as always, but so many people have been pumped up for this. What else? Tens of thousands are expected to go to the concert, so be ready for that if you're attending it. It is a really big turnout, of course, that free event. Everybody loves a freebie, so it's very busy there. Also, Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs are going to be performing as well before Ringo. I think there's still time if you want to go out and reserve your spot. Of course, the day is a little early still, so there's definitely going to be hopefully room for everybody there, right? But they do say that no tarps or tents are allowed, so only blankets, maybe get something to weigh the blanket down. I was kind of wondering how the blankets don't move, so maybe you have a little plan there, but definitely get going on that. The show is going to begin with the national anthem at 6:30 tonight, and Star takes the stage at about 8:30 if you're wanting to get there around then. After the concert, of course, the big event, other big event is the fireworks, everyone's favorite, so that is their finale. Looking forward to that. My only thing there is if you're not attending this, I recommend definitely avoiding the area. If you know, get out of there and maybe try to go somewhere else in town or avoid there because there are a lot of people trying to get there, trying to get out at the same time. But thankfully, Metro is going to be providing some buses for people to take to and from the event. Of course, I think it was about $1.25. So thankfully, they're going to have some more buses. So take advantage of that if you'd like. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people that are going to that tonight. So amazing. Cool. Well, that's all I have for you. I bring you this live stream at about 9 a.m. every morning, weekdays, as well as around 10:30 a.m. I do a fun live stream over events, things happening in Omaha over the weekend. So tune into that if you're interested. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you next week for our top headlines then, huh? Thank you very much.